name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Darren Otero, a.k.a. Steve Stevens, the Bookie Killer, sitting here with my co-host, the Big Skipper. They call him the chiropractor around here because he's known to straighten people out.
Absolutely. You know what the 32 is, right?
What? 32 ounce of beer?
32. No, not 32 ounces of beer.
What?
I remember those 32 ounces, though.
Get you a little 32 or a 40 of Old Gold?
I remember that very well.
You ever drank Old English?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
A lot of my juvenile cases came from Old English. Boy, we'd go to the local AM/PM, grab some 40s of Old English, and be ready to rob and motherfucking do something to somebody. That's for fucking sure.
Well, I didn't get that fucking nuts, but yeah, I remember the Old English. I remember a lot of those drinking days,
Colt 45. Days. You ever remember the Crazy Horse?
No.
They had a 40. They outlawed it. It was called Crazy Horse, man. This shit would have you fucking just out of your mind.
How about Mad Dog? You ever have that shit?
That was my first drunk. Mad Dog 2020.
Oh,
great.
God.
Thought I was going to fucking die.
What, the grape?
I had the great Mad Dog 2020, and someone else had a bottle of Cisco.
Oh.
I drank both of them and never threw up and never was so sick in my entire life. That was my first drunk. Shout out to Mad Dog 2020.
I feel like taking a shit right now just thinking about it.
Fucking absolutely disgusting.
Mad Dog 20. Hey, when you got fucking $10 and you need a fucking joint or two.
And it's 2020, you might as well get a Mad Dog 2020.
No, not 2020. I'm talking about the 80s, bro. I mean, I'm talking about the early 80s.
Back in the day, you go in there with some quarters to buy your shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, you could buy fucking 2 joints for $5.
2 for $5. Yeah. That was a fact.
2 joints, $5, and a bottle of Mad Dog for, fucking, what was it, $3 maybe?
Less than that. $1.99 or something.
Yeah. It wasn't much. If you had $10, man, you were good to go. Plenty of days we met up in the field or up in the pines. We had this. We had an area we called the Pines. It was just all pine trees.
Where everyone met?
Oh, we all met there.
Ours was the top of Ann Road.
Oh, my God. So many spin the bottle days, you know what I mean? Spin the bottle. I mean, I'm talking like a young teenager, like 15, 14.
Oh, okay,
maybe even, probably even younger than that.
Yeah, well, that's more wholesome and fun.
I mean, like 12, 13. Everyone meets at in the Pines.
Yeah.
At least 1 or 2 people's got a bag of weed. Somebody stole the bottle out of their parents' closet.
Of course.
I mean, you know how it was.
Well,
and you got as many of the fucking trailer trash chicks there as you could get.
Perfect. Well, over at my spot, like I said, it would either turn into fighting or shooting or someone getting blasted. The alcohol always escalated a major situation.
Well, I never took it that far. The only thing I was shooting in the Pines was maybe me shooting some nuts.
A couple nuts off in the pine. And we ain't talking pine nuts, you know what I mean?
Shout out to those old trailer trash. Shout out to those old trailer trash girls. You know who you are. You're still following the Big Skipper. You know who you are.
Absolutely.
I loved you. I loved you then, and I loved you now.
Absolutely.
Nothing like a trailer trash chick, dude.
No, absolutely not. Like I said, well, I wasn't around trailers, so me and you were completely different. I was raised in the fucking hood. We had small little houses and shit like that, but yeah.
Small little houses? Well, what the fuck? What do you think a trailer is?
Yeah, no, a trailer is a trailer.
It's a small little house.
Yeah, it's a straight trailer park, 8 Mile, you know what I mean?
Shout out to the Pines. Shout out to the trailer park. Shout out to the Mad Dog 2020. And those fucking horrible brown Mexican joints that we smoked.
Oh, straight stress weed.
$2 a piece, nothing but headache weed.
Seeds in there. You ever get the gas weed that smelled like gas like it came over in a boat and shit?
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. Anyway, we got a great show for you today, guys, coming live and direct from our office here at VIP Sports. January 9th, 2020, podcast number 249.
Wow.
Our show airs every Thursday night, unless me or Skip get completely fucked up and do it on Friday because we're hungover or something goes on.
That could be.
Shout out to Drake. Last night was a long night for me. Rolled in at about 6 in the morning.
Wow, another night with Drake?
Another night with Drake last night, Club Access. Shout out to Jazz Prince, Jay Prince Sr.,
no wonder
Jay Prince Jr.
No wonder you wanted to film a little.
Andre Prince.
A little later today.
Absolutely. Well, we had a good night last night. You know, hanging out with my family. Everybody knows about Steve Stevens' mob ties. You know what I mean? That's how we fucking roll.
Straight up.
And it is what it is.
Anyway, 32. Not to interrupt your story. Are you done with that one?
Yeah, I'm all done with that one.
Back to the 32. Spring training, brother.
Oh, shit.
Pitchers and catchers report in 32 days, guys. Get excited.
Don't forget, Mr. Baseball over here. Don't forget how much money we make in baseball. It's time for Skip to go back out and do his scouting, do his recruiting.
32 days, guys.
32 days. He's going to spring training. He'll go missing for about 60 days.
Yeah.
But it's what he does every year. He collects a lot of valuable information, and we make millions of dollars off it.
Still take care of my clients. Still make a lot of fucking money. But down there scouting some spring training. Pitchers and catchers are 32 days, guys. And I'm not talking about, pitchers and...
Pitching and catching?
Yeah, I'm not talking about that kind of pitching and catching.
Okay.
I'm talking about Major League Baseball pitchers and catchers. So I didn't mean to cut off your story, bro. So
there was no story.
You had a good time last night?
Had a fucking blast, man. Did our fucking thing. For a white boy like me to drink a bunch of Hennessy, I was definitely out of my element.
Yeah.
I don't drink much at all anymore, but on a special occasion, I'll have a couple drinks, and I was pretty fired up. Had a great fucking time. Anyway, advertising opportunity, guys. If you're watching or listening to the podcast, you own a small business, you work at a company interested in getting involved in this booming sports betting business, just get with us at advertising at VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We'll give you all the details how you become a sponsor of our show. Today, we got a great show. We're going to preview. We got a poll question. We got some NFL divisional rounds. We got college basketball.
In full swing.
Which is in full swing right now. There's so much to choose from out there. I don't even know why you guys are talking about betting NFL at all. Who gives a fuck who's in the playoffs?
Besides this weekend.
Well, this weekend is serious.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously playoffs.
We got one serious bet going off this weekend.
Actually, it might be the single biggest bet I've made all year on the NFL this weekend.
There you go.
So,
NFL postseason game of the year this weekend, guys. Single largest bet. You got to pay attention to this podcast if you're listening. I don't know if you caught that or not. That's why I just paused. I just stopped for a second. If you didn't hear what he just said.
Single largest bet of the year, NFL this weekend.
Yeah, he just let the cat out of the bag. We were just sitting here talking, and in case you weren't paying attention to exactly what the legend said, he said, I will be making the biggest bet. I'm making the playoffs this weekend. So it's the NFL playoffs game of the year. Single largest wager of the NFL postseason goes this weekend. I hope you didn't hear that go in one ear and out the other. I'll run a promo for that game. Pay attention.
Yeah, and don't let it go in one ear and out the other, too. I'm sure you guys seen my Instagram post yesterday with that big fat-ass check for $100,000 that somebody special gave us to film our new pilot to take to Hollywood and go to the next fucking level. For you guys that are wondering if it's going to be Money Talks 2, the answer is no. It's not going to be called Money Talks 2.
No.
It's going to be similar to Money Talks. Money Talks brought you into my life. I showed you my family. I showed you my business. I showed you my clients. With that in mind, with sports betting being legal now and all these amateur sports bettors, Skip and I feel like it's our duty to have to teach America and amateur sports bettors not only what it means for sports betting to be legal in your state, but how you make money doing it. Right. I mean, let me ask you a question and be honest. You do like making money, correct? I'm going to be back in my black chair, spitting that shit, ready to fucking go. So if you guys were excited on Money Talks, you're going to love this. My whole new life is single bachelor, good dad, money-making, hustling, sports pick selling, multi-millionaire, Rolls-Royce driving, OG Kush smoking motherfucker.
There you go.
You know what I mean? That wraps it up right there in a circle. You know what I mean?
Good enough for me.
If you're looking for a free pick, go to our website, VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We have packages for all size shapes of sports bettors. Whether you're crawling or balling, whether you're 19 or whether you're 39, we got something special for you all day long.
Or 89.
Yeah, or 89 for that matter.
Yeah.
Shout out to Boz. You know what I mean? Whether you're fucking an 80-year-old or a 19-year-old, it's all the same, huh?
Hey, it's all money.
You want to get a hold of us, 877-220-6540. If you're watching this podcast on YouTube, make sure you join the live chat we have on the first airing of each episode. I'm sure I won't be on there, but Paparazzi will be mixing it up with you for sure. You know, I mean, Boston John got to be plugging that their texting business out there, trying to, roll with us. But still got love for you, Poppy. You always have, always will. Shout out to Boston John for getting a little piece of my podcast, for all those links you guys send out that you say you don't. I've actually seen them, but no big deal. Anyway, we got a great show for you here today, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to the podcast, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you push that little bell right there. That way you get alerted to everything we do. We read every one of your comments, and we appreciate all your thumbs up And for the people that put thumbs down, I got a thumb that'll go right up your ass. You know what I mean? Because if you hate on anything that we talk about on this show, you're just a fucking hater.
You're just a stalker and a hater.
A stalker and a hater, or a childish kid that wants to be me or Skip, because we do this podcast to make you guys money and break down these sports games and show you how to get an inside edge and actually make money. And if that's something that you hate on, making money, well, then you're on the wrong fucking planet is all I can fucking
Not only
tell
do
you.
we give out golden nuggets every week that just make people money for the last 5.5 years, if you actually called in last week and got the $79 NFL playoff package, congratulations. You guys haven't lost a game. You're absolutely kicking your bookie's ass, and congratulations for the 143, something like that, 143 guys and men and women that called in, got signed up for that $79 playoff package last week, and they're real glad they did. They're cleaning up.
A stat that we forgot to go over last week that we actually wrote down and talked about before, that on the unders in the NFL. Remember, it was 20-4?
20-7, I believe, yeah.
20-7 or 20-4?
I think it was 20-7 the last 7 years.
Okay, the last 7 years, the games have all went under. The record was
Maybe it was 20-4.
I thought it was 20-4.
It was 74%, I know that.
Well, either way,
Yeah.
add another 4 wins to that. Now it's 24-4 or
Yeah.
24-7. You know what I mean?
It's like 80% now. Put that in your pipe and smoke it for next season. Wild card round in the NFL playoffs, 80% unders the last 8 years. Make a note of that. Put it somewhere you're going to see it next January.
Put it right on your girl's tits. You know what I mean? That
Well,
way
they might not be with their girl next January.
Well, very, very true.
Tattoo it on her ass.
Yeah, tattoo it on her ass.
Put a little tattoo on the back of your girl's ass that says Wild Card Weekend, 80% unders last 8 years. Last 8 years. All right.
I love it. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, VIP Sports LV. If you don't want to call us, direct message us is the best way to get in touch about doing business. We've had a lot of fraud happening on our Instagram lately. People are tampering with my Instagram lately, putting in crazy comments. People are making fake accounts.
What is wrong with people?
There's even a fake account where somebody put me on there with my dick out.
Oh,
I don't know if it was
God, no.
I don't know if
was it your dick?
It was my dick. Yeah.
Was it big, fat, long, and white?
I think it was. I think it was. Listen, I think I was on a major motherfucking coke run.
Oh no.
Well, I was with Kelly, so I obviously was on drugs for sure.
They shriveled up.
But obviously, it came from Kelly's archives.
Oh,
well, even my dick limp is still 6 inches. So, but yeah, I mean, so. But like I say, Kelly knows how big this dick is. You've had it in your mouth and ass and several different times.
Oh,
but
hell no.
I don't know who's making the fake accounts, but the only person that had those pictures is her.
Oh, Lord, no.
So it is what it is. If the bitch had any money, I'd probably sue her, but it ain't even worth my time. God. It's just her and a little teenage boyfriend over there playing games.
Unbelievable.
She thinks she's a teenager now, so shout out to teenager Kelly, guys.
So they're posting pictures of the coked up limp dick.
Coke dick. There's one where I'm holding my dick. It's like going on the side.
God, no.
Especially when we're getting ready to put the show out. You know what I mean? Here you go. Steve Stevens' cock right for your bookie's mouth. You know what I mean? Literally. But hey.
Steve Stevens, where has this podcast gone?
I don't know, but the shit don't bother me.
Podcast 249.
Like I said.
January 9th, 2020. Number 249.
Dick pics, yeah.
Now, dick pics on Instagram.
Yeah, fake accounts, dick pics on Instagram. However, you let another couple months go by, you never know. I might just have a girl come in here and lick my balls on the fucking show. You know what I mean? You guys can just see what it looks like for yourself, because ain't no shame in my game, homeboy. You know what I'm saying?
instead of the commission, we'll just have her come in and lick your nuts.
Yeah, exactly, sweetie. Like, instead of the 45%, 50% commission, come on in here, lick my balls up like a horse licks that salt rock, and let's just go to the next fucking level. You know what I mean?
Oh, my Lord.
Anyway, guys, it's time to up your swagger with the absolute blowout winner merchandise in mind.
Lick my balls like the horse licks the salt rock.
Yeah, you know.
And let's go to the next level.
I can go to the next level. Let's bond.
Steve Stevens.
Let's go to Life is Beautiful, take a hit of ecstasy together, and roll around in the grass like fucking kids. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
Fucking joke. Fucking immature, dumb fucking bitch.
Steve Stevens at his finest. Lick my balls like a horse licks the salt rock. Let's go to the next level.
Let's go to the next level. Shout out to everybody out there eating Percocets and lower tabs on a regular basis, because it's a big thing from what I understand lately. I don't eat pills. I don't fuck with them. But a lot of people out there saying, I'm sober. I just smoke a little weed. When you're eating 4 or 5 lower tabs a day, little ecstasy on the weekend, 40 years old, hanging out at Little Darlings.
Oh.
That's when you know your life is at a fucking end
Yeah.
and you're having a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
When you're at the Little Darlings because your spouse or your person you're dating doesn't have an ID or isn't old enough to get into the Rhino.
Oh, Lord.
So you're at a stinky-ass, high school, piss-smelling motherfucking club. That's when you know shit's almost to an end.
I took right side to Little Darlings for his 18th birthday.
And he was probably disgusted.
He was disgusted.
The bitches are disgusting, and
listen.
all you're going to catch is chlamydia, which shout out to the couple people out there that got chlamydia. In order to get chlamydia, one of you were fucking somebody else. And it was probably her. But yeah, you don't just grab chlamydia out of the air, guys. Your dick went into a dirty pussy, or that pussy went into a dirty dick. You know what I mean? And then you mix. That's how it works.
He's on a roll, guys. You don't just click.
For a girl that don't mix dicks, boy, I can't tell. 3 dicks in one night. You know what I mean?
You don't just grab chlamydia out of the air, guys.
No, it's something you have to put a little work in to get. You know what I mean?
You don't just
you actually have to take your pants down, lift your legs up, and let someone in that pussy. You know what I mean?
You don't just say, here, chlamydia, here, chlamydia.
You got to be on some major Adderall and some major drugs to let 3 dudes run a train on you on your daughter's birthday party. You know what I mean? You got to be definitely out there on some serious fucking Adderall or something to let 3 teenagers fuck you.
Wow.
But it is what it is. I mean, those girls out there that do that, you should do porno and get some money for it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting around with a 19-year-old broke little dick that can't do shit for you.
Get paid.
Yeah, there's more to life than fucking, baby. You got to get that money.
Oh.
You got to get that scratch, that Skrilla, that cheddar, that provolone.
Absolutely.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
So anyway, I took right side to Little Darlings for his 18th
And he was
birthday.
disgusted.
I
You told me. Yeah,
that
you
story.
told me.
Yeah, me and Big Ron and a couple of his friends.
Well, shout out to Ron. Where is Ron? You know, Ron's going to have to do security on the new show. I hope you told me.
He's been bouncing back and forth between here and his parents, spending some time with his parents. They're getting older and just putting in some time with mom and pops.
That's what we're all doing.
Shout out to Mrs. and Mrs. Merck out there.
Anyway, here's a poll question.
But anyway, yeah, he was fucking absolutely disgusted. Right side. His first encounter with a strip club, 18-year-old, birthday. I got a couple of
Well, when you're visioning everything you see on TV and you show up at Little Darlings with crank bitches that are smoking fucking
That's
rocks.
exactly what it was.
And smoking crystal and sitting in the corner. Yeah, it's a teenager hangout.
I think
for sure.
he was envisioning fucking, whatever.
Some bad bitches.
Yeah, some smoking hot fucking chicks.
He ended up with some Boulder Highway hoes dancing on his lap. And on top of it, they got their pussy out, which a lot of them look like they've been through a meat grinder. You know what I mean? It's one thing if you're young, 18, and you just got the slit. But when you're 19 and you got more meat and fucking curtains around that motherfucker to close the show out, you know that pussy has been battered and abused.
Oh, my God.
And abused.
When you got curtains like that at 19,
dude,
no bueno.
When you're 19 and you got to peel the curtains back on the outside just to get into that thing.
Oh, no.
Huh?
That's bad news.
It's almost like Venus flytrap. You know? All you got to do is peel those layers back. That little pussy's in there somewhere. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Calamari.
Yeah.
So,
we went kind of porno. You think we should get back into sports talk?
He was disgusted at the fucking Little Darlings.
Anyone that goes there should be disgusted. And if you go there to have fun, you're a disgusting person.
Oh, we walked in there. Listen,
get a fake ID and go to the Rhino, which you probably can't afford anyway.
You're making me feel bad for taking him there. I mean, it's the only place you can go if you're 18.
And you're broke and don't have no money because you go to the Rhino and you walk in, it's $2,000.
I'm not broke.
I'm not saying you.
I took him there because he was 18.
Correct.
He can't go to Rhino if you're not 21.
I'm saying if you're an adult and you go to the fucking Little Darlings, that's because either A, the person you're fucking isn't old enough to get into a real club,
of course,
or B, you don't have any money because the Rhino, it's $1,000 for a table,
absolutely,
and at least $1,000 to be tricking off for sure. It's $2,000 when you walk in the door. You know what I mean?
$1,500 for booze.
Big boss, just big boss level shit like we've done several times in the past. Like I did last night. Shout out to Drake. We tore down the Spearmint Rhino till about 7 this morning. Want to give a shout out to Jen out there. Boy, do you know how to cuff a fucking set of balls, young lady. You know what I mean? Sitting back in the Rhino, chilling, shot a few off, ended up with an orgy over at the house last night.
Nice.
It was fan-fucking-tastic, you know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
Anyway, guys, the poll question last week, we asked, what quarterback will you have if you're going into the Super Bowl? We said Brett Favre, Brady, or Joe Montana. Right. The comment said Joe Montana would be their choice for the Super Bowl starter, and I would probably agree. And most of you guys on the comment, when I asked you, should I start smoking weed on the podcast again? It was 100 out of 100 said, absolutely.
It was an overwhelming yes.
So I'm going to roll a log about this big and about this fat for next week, and I'm going to blow that motherfucker like a chimney, plain and simple.
Oh, my God. Should Tom Brady retire, yes or no?
No. He just came out last night and said that he's not done. He said he still has more to prove. Prove to who, though?
Yeah, go away, Tom.
And who are you proving anything to?
Just go away, bro.
You're proven bona fide fucking superstar.
You're the GOAT, man. You got more rings than you can wear on one hand. You're the GOAT. You got Giselle. I mean, you got the money. I mean, what else are you trying to prove? Does he want to win with another team?
You know, Tom Brady likes being a celebrity. You know, a lot of celebrities that have a lot of money don't want to be a celebrity.
Yeah,
that dude's on Instagram
like
more than anybody in the. Oh, you hate it.
Yeah, like me.
Oh yeah, you fucking hate it.
I can't fucking stand
You
it.
like the money, but you can keep the fame. That's your motto.
Exactly.
Give me the money.
I love the
keep
money.
the fucking fame.
I love the money. Fuck the cameras.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. I was more comfortable before anybody knew us. We could just get in here, do our job, fucking pound that shit out.
Yeah, but
here's a new question that these guys are trying to ask you and I, Skip. They say, Dear Steve, dear Skip, should the Las Vegas Raiders make a big play to sign Brady?
No.
Kind of like how the Chiefs got Montana back in the day.
No.
Well, he's a little bit still more active than Montana was when he went to the Chiefs. You say no. I say 100% abso-fucking-lutely yes.
I think the only thing Brady would really have to prove is that he can win outside of Belichick's system. Is that the only thing he needs to prove?
I don't know. I'm not looking for him to prove nothing, but if the Raiders want to get that money back in 1 year and sell some motherfucking jerseys, you bring Brady in for that year, get it popped the fuck off, put Carr on the bench.
No,
and
it'll never happen.
Well, Carr needs to go, period. This town isn't going to support David Carr.
That'll never happen.
Do you like David Carr?
I don't like the Raiders.
Well, you gotta.
I like John Gruden. I think he's a fucking maniac.
Yeah, he's good.
I like Chuck, but
he's an okay coach.
Listen,
he's no Hall of Fame coach.
I like him because
he's not a Hall of Fame coach.
No, of course not. I like him because he's a fucking maniac and he's an in-your-face fucking real kind
straight Chucky.
Real kind of guy, man.
He is what he is.
He's my kind of dude, man. I like him.
So you say absolutely not.
I could care less about the Raiders. I don't like the fucking Raiders.
No one even asked you if you like the Raiders or not. They just simply asked you, do you think the motherfucking Raiders should get Brady? Yes or no?
I said no.
And I say absolutely yes.
Okay, so and I'm saying, listen, the only thing he could possibly want to prove is, can I win? Maybe he just wants to show that he can win outside of Belichick's fucking system, outside of Josh Daniels' fucking offense.
Where would he go if he doesn't go to the Raiders then, Skip? Miami?
The Colts.
You think he's going to go to the fucking dirty-ass fucking Colts?
I think he'd be a perfect fit with the Colts. With Frank Reich. You know I'm a big fan of Frank Reich.
You think he could go into the fucking Indianapolis and do something special?
Absolutely. I think it's a perfect fit.
And make it to the playoffs and have a Super Bowl run.
And they got one of the best. Listen, they were fucking primed to get to the Super Bowl if Luck wouldn't have backed out on them. Okay?
He didn't back out. He was all done. His luck ran out.
I have no problem with Luck's luck running out and him retiring. I got no problem with that whatsoever. What I'm saying is they were in a prime position to fucking get there, to be a serious contender in the AFC.
Yeah, they did.
Okay?
They were.
Frank Reich is a quarterback coach, okay, former quarterback himself. He took the fucking Eagles to the Super Bowl and fucking beat Brady. Keep that in mind, okay? Now he could get a chance, and they need the Colts need a quarterback, okay? So he could go with Frank Reich, the guy who ran the offense that beat him in the Super Bowl, and the Colts have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, so he's going to be safe. His old ass will be safe. They got wide receivers. He's got people to throw to.
True.
I think it's a perfect fit.
You think so?
Some people are saying San Diego. Fuck that. San Diego's just natural-born losers. The whole ownership needs to fucking change. I've been a Charger fan since Dan Fouts, since I'm a little kid. I'm actually more diehard Charger fan than I am an Eagles fan. Okay, and anyone that knows me knows that.
Well, what about?
I was a huge Dan Fouts fucking air.
Oh, I know that. You were San Diego from a kid.
You know me. I got San Diego Chargers.
You got Fouts jersey.
Yes, one of the only jerseys I wear. Mike Schmidt and Dan Fouts. That's it. Okay? And I had a Junior Seau jersey. Rest his soul.
What about Jason Garrett going from head coach to going to their fucking opposite fucking enemy over there in
just
the
horrible.
Giants?
Jason Garrett, he must.
Who should it be shame on, him or the Giants for hiring the motherfucker?
Well, not shame on him. He's just getting paid. He's laughing all the way to the bank again.
I agree, but why the fuck?
Shame on the Giants.
Oh, New York Giants?
Oh, by the way.
Shame on you for that.
By the way, where is the shame on segment?
I think Noah left out our shame on you. So I think the shame on you should go on Noah this week, huh? Noah, you didn't write our shame on you segment, so for that, shame on you, Noah. Anyway, guys.
So the poll question is, where should Brady go and should he stick around?
I say if he goes anywhere, he goes to Miami if he doesn't come to
Miami?
Raiders. Yeah.
Fuck no. He's not going to go in the same division.
I don't think he gives a fuck about winning a ring.
Oh, listen, Tom, if you're listening, I know you're listening to the Big Skipper. I know you.
How's he listening to you? You're his biggest hater.
That's true.
You're a fucking Brady hater.
That's true. And my best friend is the biggest Brady fucking fan in the world.
He's a superstar.
He's a Patriots and to his credit, shout out Schoolie. He's been a Patriot fan since we were like in fucking middle school. He's always been a Patriot fan. I mean, back to the Steve Grogan days when they were fucking horrible. Okay, he's always been a Patriot fan. So he's not a dick rider, and he's not a bandwagon guy.
Right, you roll with who you got.
Yeah, I mean, this motherfucker has a fat head of Tom Brady in his goddamn man cave. I mean, that's, I mean, that's a homo right there.
I don't want to look at him like that.
You know, nothing against homos, but that's a homo.
Absolutely.
Okay?
That's homophobic.
I mean, he's such a fucking Patriots fan. He has 2 dogs. One named fucking Brewski and one named Brady. I swear to God.
That's pretty gangster, though. Brewski was a gangster fucking Patriot.
Brewski fucking died, unfortunately. Rest Brewski's soul. And now he got another dog and named the motherfucker Edelman. I swear to God.
Wow.
That's how much of a Patriots fan this nutbag is.
I ain't mad at him.
And I just admitted he was my best friend.
Wow. Then you guys are both fucked.
Shout out, Schoolie, love you. Yeah, Brewski was a badass. And you know who that's who Big Ron backed up, right?
Yeah, for the Patriots?
Teddy Brewski.
Yeah, he got some fucking brain fucking shit happening with him, man. And heart attack.
Moving on, let's roll.
You do like making money, correct? I'm Steve Stevens. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie. I'm the Bookie Killer. Whether you're here in town on business or to flat out gamble, don't forget, sports betting is a multi-billion-dollar industry and you deserve your fair share. Call 877-220-6540 or go to VIPSportsLasVegas.com, mention this ad, and get a $500 personal play absolutely free. See you in the winner's circle.
On a little bit more serious note, the Australia fires are fucking serious, guys. I'm sure you've pulled up the grid and seen the whole fucking country's on fire.
Serious.
Nearly 500 million animals have been affected, and millions of animals have died as a result of a very sad Australia fire outbreak.
Yeah, no bueno.
How about the 20-year-old LA-based model, Kaylin Ward, sending everybody pictures of her tits and her pussy? Anyone that provided that they contributed to the relief effort.
Yeah.
And by the way, she raised over $500,000. I think it's over $700,000 now.
I heard about that.
With the Australia fires.
Right Side was telling me about that last night.
Anyone that donated, she sent a naked picture of her.
I don't think it was a naked picture. I think it was just her tits.
Well, no, there was a picture of her naked. I mean, she wasn't opening her pussy or nothing. Just like a naked picture and then a picture of her tits.
She didn't open the curtains.
No, she didn't open the curtains. That's going to get you $1 million worth of donations. You start opening them curtains up. You know what I mean? By the way,
have you seen her? Is she hot or?
Yeah, she's not bad. She's not bad. Instagram deactivated her account for doing so. By the way.
Shame on you, Instagram.
All she's trying to do is raise some money and show people her tits. What's wrong with that?
Come on, Instagram.
Here's the question: should Instagram have deactivated her account? Yes or no?
Fuck no. So she's showing her tits and maybe a quick pussy shot if you donate money to help fight those fires.
Correct.
What the fuck's wrong with that?
I don't see anything wrong with that.
What the hell's going on with this world?
But Instagram is very regulated to where you can't have naked pictures or any sexual pornography or anything like that. So
bullshit.
Maybe you should have did it on YouTube.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. My dick was on Instagram for about fucking...
I was just going to say, weren't you just saying...
Kelly and her teenager put my dick on Instagram for about 8 hours before Joe got that shit
And you didn't even get to raise any money.
Exactly. I didn't raise any fucking money.
Well, let's get that dick back out there on Instagram.
Yeah, let's get it back. Let's actually get the dick raised up so I could actually get a nice size picture. Bitch, you didn't have to find the one coked out little dick picture of me. Why don't you post it when it's in your fucking mouth on fucking swole, bitch?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, fuck.
Well, listen, at least maybe we can at least raise some money this time.
Absolutely. Let's raise a little money, get my cock raised, and raise some money for VIP Sports. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Anyway, as you guys know, the reminder, college football championship game Monday in the Superdome in New Orleans. Boy.
That's like a home...
That's almost a sneaker that me and you have to go to.
No, that's almost like, well, we have gone to championship games before.
New Orleans?
But they were a little bit closer fucking in Arizona.
Grab a bag of shrooms
shout
and reminisce.
Shout out to the gold miner.
Absolutely. Anyway, guys, Clemson versus LSU. The spread is 5.5 with a total of 69.5. And we're not going to talk about too much more about that game.
We're not going to tell them about
that. You guys want to know about that game? Call in, sign up for a promotion, and we'll do our thing.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we'll throw that game in with the promotion this weekend.
Let's do it. What I'll do is...
matter of fact, let me run the promotion right now.
Let's do it.
NFL postseason game of the year this weekend, guys. Single largest wager, Steve Stevens, the most feared sports bettor in the nation. The #1 sports consultant in the world. The only sports consultant featured on CNBC, the financial network, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 11 fucking times.
And coming back for more.
The only sports consultant in the world to be featured on the financial network, CNBC, 11 fucking times, guys. He's releasing his NFL postseason game of the year, single largest wager he'll make on a postseason game this NFL playoff season. Bottom line, period. Probably will be the biggest bet we'll make the rest of the NFL season, period. You'll get that game for a $100 bill. A $100 bill. Guys, you want to make a quick $5,000? You want to make a quick $2,500? Your bankroll's a little tiny, smaller than
a midget on his knees?
Smaller than fly shit, tinier than mouse pussy.
Oh, God.
Take this fucking game for just $100 and bet whatever you want and get fucking paid. Write your own check. It's an open ATM machine.
Hey, let's not even oversell it. Just tell the motherfuckers, like, this is what it is, and call the fuck in.
I just did.
You know what I mean?
It's the biggest bet of the playoff postseason, period, for a $100 bill. I'll throw in 3 days of college basketball on the house. So call this Friday, 877-220-6540. 877-220-6540. You'll get that playoff postseason game of the year for a $100 bill. You'll get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's basketball on the house. Weekend of basketball included, absolutely free. And I just put my foot in my mouth. I just said I'd throw in the championship game Monday night. I'll throw that game in on the house as a bonus.
And that game sells for $500 by itself.
Listen, guys, this is a great package.
Call now.
This is a moneymaker.
Call right the fuck now.
A $100 bill, the playoff game of the year in the NFL this weekend. 3 days of basketball, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Monday's college championship winner. Steve's opinion on that game, all for a $100 bill. Wow. If you don't call for that, you're out of your fucking mind, and you simply hate money.
Correct, because a $500 player picks up a bare minimum of $2,000.
Easy.
You invest a $100 bill to make $2,000, you can't even do that selling fucking drugs.
Easy.
Anyway, guys, NFL Division Round, sponsored by our boys over there at Goody's Original Popcorn. Let's get into some NFL.
That is some good shit.
Yes, it is. NFL segment sponsored by Goody's Original Popcorn, directly from the greatest city in the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. Goody's delivers delicious, handcrafted, gluten-free popcorn with high-quality ingredients, mouth-watering flavors, and a simple mission to bring families together. And today, Goody's is offering fans of the VIP Sports Podcast a chance to win an authentic NFL helmet of your choice. All you have to do is place an order at goodieslv.com between now and Super Bowl Sunday, and you will be automatically entered into the contest. The more orders you make, the more entries you get. So head over to goodieslv.com today. Use the promotional code VIP Sports, all one word, when placing your order. I will announce the winner of the NFL helmet on Instagram Live during the halftime of the Super Bowl.
There you go.
Which I will be in Hawaii. So
you are every year.
I'll be in Maui. I'll be on Maui hosting the Ritz-Carlton Super Bowl party. Shout out to Ritz-Carlton. Shout out to that check for $50,000 they're sending. And shout out to me going out there and blowing up your fucking party. But yeah, I'll be on Maui, so I'll probably do a little post, tell you who the winner is. Treat yourself or give yourself the delicious popcorn from Vegas this holiday season. Goody's Popcorn. Fair enough?
If you haven't gone to goodieslv.com, goodieslv.com, some really good popcorn. Go there and order all your popcorn for Super Bowl, for all your Super Bowl parties, all your Martin Luther King parties next weekend. Whatever kind of.
And if not, I got 2 goodies you can put right on your chin. You
whatever kind of party you want, head over to goodieslv.com, and they got to put the promo code in, VIP Sports, to be entered in for that authentic NFL helmet drawing, guys. Go check it out. Some good popcorn over there.
Let's move right into NFL Divisional Playoff round.
Let's fucking do it.
There's a lot of different elements that come into play when we talk about playoffs.
Yeah.
But one thing that you and I discussed off air.
Playoffs?
Turnovers are very, very important. Matter of fact, they determine pretty much the outcome of the game in the playoffs.
Well, just ask Drew Brees and the Saints.
Oh, you ain't lying. What was had he even had a turnover or fumble up until then?
I think that was his first fumble of the season.
Jeez Louise. Well, that motherfucker broke enough records. He's okay.
Yeah, bad timing, Drew.
Yeah, I know. Sorry to hear that because I really like Drew Brees. He's an all-star. But, guys, turnovers are very important. Check this stat out.
Listen to this, guys. Listen to this.
Teams that have the team that has better turnover margin, 17-3 against the spread. The team that has the better turnover margin, 17-3
in the NFL Divisional playoff round.
Correct.
So in this round of the playoffs, the NFL Divisional playoff round, The team that has the better turnover margin is 17-3 against the spread this weekend in history, in recent history, last 20 fucking games. That's 5 years, right? There's 4 games this weekend. Last 5 years, the team that has had the better turnover margin in this week is 17-3. That is unbelievable. So where does that leave us, Steve?
Well, that leaves, Minnie, Kansas City, Balti, and I think Seattle and Green Bay are tied.
Correct. Ironically, Seattle and Green Bay are basically
neck and neck.
Dead even tied, so there's no edge there. But in the Baltimore game, that would lead you towards Baltimore. Better turnover ratio than the Titans. Kansas City, better turnover ratio than Houston. And Minnesota, better turnover ratio than the 49ers. That's strictly against the spread. That's not winning the game outright.
That's covering the number.
And the only thing that fucking matters is getting paid against the spread.
Beat the spread?
Yeah.
Get some head.
So, exactly. Man. Beat the spread, get some head.
Plain and fucking simple. Like the motto that we gave the NBA players. Hit the ass, keep your cash.
Yeah, hit the ass and keep the cash.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there won't be any kids and any alimony or child support.
No 14 kids, no alimony, no support.
If you hit the ass, you can keep your cash.
Absolutely.
Right.
You guys take that to heart, NBA.
Yeah, and our fans.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, if you don't want to be paying child support, guys, and you're not looking to get fucking married and raise kids, hit the ass.
Start off in the pussy, but when you're midway through, your butt cheeks are clenching up, you feel maybe you might be nutting a little bit or a little discharge, just switch on over into the ass.
Oh.
Start in the beginning, hitting that muff, work that asshole over a little bit, you know what I mean? Start getting in it, and then just pluck it in, just jam it in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The pull-out method.
Yeah, well, you know what the difference is of jam and marmalade?
No.
Huh?
No. Jam and marmalade?
Yeah.
No.
Me neither. Anyway, moving on. Since 2003/2004, by the way, okay?
I'm dying over here.
Only 7 teams out of 32 Super Bowl teams with a point differential plus 99 or less have made the big game.
Wow. So let's start that over again because these guys are a little slow.
Only 7 teams.
They're probably baked right now.
Only 7 teams out of 32 Super Bowl teams with a point differential of plus 99 or less have made it to the big game.
Okay, let me spell that out for you. So in the last 16 years.
Correct.
There's
Since 2003.
Yeah, there's 32 teams that have made the Super Bowl.
Correct.
16 years, 2 teams in each game, right? Only 7 of those 32 teams in the last 16 years have made it to the Super Bowl with a point differential of less than plus 99.
Right.
So
that's a pretty serious stat, man.
That's about 23%. If your team has a point differential of less than 100, less than plus 99.
Correct.
So in other words, you scored at least 99 points more than you've given up for the season.
Correct.
Okay. If you're less than that, okay, if your point differential is less than plus 99, then you got about a 22% chance of making to the postseason. So that's
to the Super Bowl.
To the Super Bowl, I mean, not the postseason, the Super Bowl.
To the big game.
Correct.
Who's number 1?
Number 1 would be Baltimore, plus 249 in the point differential. And the other number 1 seed over in the NFC,
San Francisco Giants.
San
Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, 49ers plus 169 in the point differential. So the top 2 teams of point differential, Baltimore, San Fran, just so happen to be both the number 1 seeds.
Who's the 2 bottom?
Well, there's 2 others that are plus. I'll start with those. Kansas City is 3rd. They're plus 143. And Minnesota is 4th at plus 104, just barely over the threshold.
Right.
The other 4 teams, Tennessee, Houston, Green Bay, and Seattle, according to this stat, they're all under plus 99 point differentials for the season. So Green Bay, Seattle, Tennessee, and Houston, statistically, for the last 16 years, you got about a 22% chance of making it.
Well, I'll just tell you guys like this. If Green Bay wins the Super Bowl, the NFL is scripted, which we've said, predetermined. We've said many different times. However, if it's real, which if they let them play, I got to agree with you, man. You called Seattle right from the fucking beginning.
Well, listen, they don't have an easy path.
No, they don't. But at this time of the year, people have been downplaying Russell. They've been acting like he's nothing. The dude is more than nothing. He's a fucking superstar beast.
Well, he's also 0-3 at Green Bay. So that's, we'll see what happens. But Seattle, I did pick Seattle to win the Super Bowl. That was my choice this year.
I had New Orleans. They're out of it.
You had the Saints. Fucking Drew Brees fumbled on that drive to win the game last week. It fucked you. My Seattle team is still alive. I just think it's their year. I like the way they play on the road. But anyway.
Speaking of the road, why don't we talk about some road warrior teams?
Seattle is +7 in
The point differential?
Yeah. The worst team is Houston is -7. Houston has actually given up more points than they've scored this year, and they're in the final 8.
That's fucking amazing.
All right, so that being said,
let's do some straight up road warrior stats. San Francisco.
Talking about the road, right?
On the road.
I always say you got to be able to win on the road
To win a championship.
I don't care what sport it is.
Correct.
If you can't win on the road, you're not going to win a championship.
Period.
So
So here's some stats, guys. San Francisco 7-1 on the road.
these are straight up.
Seattle 8-1. Green Bay 6-2. Minnesota 5-4. 6-3 against the spread. Because
Right.
remember, these are straight up.
Right.
Kansas City 7-1 straight up on the road. Baltimore 7-1 straight up. Houston 5-3. Tennessee 6-3, but Tennessee's also 6-3 against the spread.
Okay, so what does that tell you? In the final 8 teams, all 8 have a winning record on the road.
Correct.
That's extremely unusual, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, not every team in the postseason will have a winning record on the road.
Absolutely
Okay.
not. Actually, very not very rare, but
it's rare.
It's pretty rare.
For
you know?
all 8 teams to have a winning record on the road is rare.
Very rare.
Minnesota was 4-4 before they got that win in New Orleans last week. Okay, so they were riding 500. But yeah, Seattle 8-1 on the road. Just like Russell Wilson said at the end of the game in the interview last week, we are road warriors. And I've been saying it all year. They're road warriors. They're 8-1 straight up against the spread. 6-2 or 5-3-1 depending on the line on the one game. They're either 6-2-1. They're 6-2-1 against the spread in their 9 road games, and 8-1 straight up.
If you could repick right now who wins the Super Bowl, you sticking with Seattle?
No, I would flip to Kansas City.
To Kansas City?
So
would I.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Kansas City and Seattle. And I got to stick with Seattle because that was my original pick in the beginning of the season. So I got to stick with them.
If I had to replace my Saints with this, I'll take Balti.
I truly believe Kansas City is going to win it all right now.
Kansas City is going to be the blowout of the weekend.
I think it's Kansas City and Seattle. And Kansas City wins.
Let's talk about some weather. Weather has a big factor in these particular games. San Fran out there in Santa Clara, weather's supposed to be clear, about 57 degrees.
Beautiful football weather.
Oh, my God.
Beautiful.
Baltimore is the only one that's a little suspect. 60% rain showers at 62 degrees.
Yeah, actually, it's going to be the warmest in Baltimore of all 4 games.
Correct.
Go figure.
60% rain and the warmest.
It's going to be warmer in Baltimore than it is in San Fran. So it's supposed to be 62 degrees with a 60% chance of rain showers for that game in Baltimore this weekend.
Besides San Francisco, this is definitely the best football weather in Kansas City. Sunny, 40 degrees.
Perfect.
Just enough to get sweaty, hot, and not be too cold, not to be too hot. Your body should be performing on a motherfucking...
Sunny and 40 is football.
A high level.
That's football weather.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
And then Green Bay, of course, cloudy, about 25 degrees, little hazy.
That's a beautiful day in Green Bay.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
This time of the year?
Oh, they'll be wearing T-shirts and shorts.
Yeah, overcast and 25, but no sign of any rain or snow or anything in Green Bay. So only chance of any precipitation is going to be at Baltimore. 60% chance of rain showers for that game in the Ravens game.
Let's move on to Saturday, January 11th. You want to talk about the Vikings and 49ers, or how do you want to do this? You want to break these down or not?
Listen, it depends if you want to be here for another hour or not.
It's not a matter of that. I just want to give the guys some good information without giving them too much. Why don't we just give them some key points, or like you were talking about, some key facts?
Okay, well, listen, we don't want to be too specific. We're just going to read. We're just going to go over some stats and some trends like we do every week on this show. We're not going to actually circle the game for you and tell you, hey, there's a gold nugget for you like we do all the time. Don't try to read between the lines. Don't try to save $100 is what I'm trying to say. We're going to give you some stats here and some numbers, but don't be misled. Don't try to guess, because to guess is cheap, and if you guess wrong, it'll be expensive.
You work too hard for your money to just throw it away and throw darts.
Don't try to save a $100 bill and guess. Call us, and we'll tell you exactly where he's putting that money, which one of these 4 games is the biggest bet we're making in the postseason. Don't try to guess.
Here, write this down, guys.
So that being said, let's just give them.
I'm going to give them a couple total trends.
Let's give them a breakdown on some of these games.
I'm going to just give them a couple total trends. Minnesota's 8-4 to the over in its last 12 games overall. San Francisco's 7-3 to the over in its last 10 games. San Francisco's also 5-1 to the over in its last 6 games. Just a little small little total summary. You know what I mean? Any other trends in this Vikings 49ers, Skip?
Yeah. I mean, I got a lot of things I can talk about.
Well, spit them flames. Let me hear it.
Vikings 6-3 against the spread on the road this year. 5-4 to the over on the road, so a little better than 50-50.
Correct.
Kirk Cousins 1-1 in the postseason, guys. 1-1. The last 6 games, Vikings have gone over 5. They averaged 31 points per game their last 7 road games. That's a lot.
Well, Cousins was he was a superstar last week. This week on the road, I think he crumbles.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Cousins 1-1 in the postseason, averaging 31 points a game their last 7 road games. That's a lot, guys.
Yeah, it is.
On the flip side, the 49ers are 5-3 against the spread on their own field. 5 out of 8 games they played at home have gone over. Out of their last 10 games overall, 7-2-1 to the over. 7-2-1. Now, be careful, because here's a stat that I bet no one knows about, and I bet you don't know. San Francisco is 1-7. 1-7 the week after a bye. But not all those years Shanahan was there. Since Shanahan's been the coach, San Francisco's only 1-2. They've only won once out of 3 weeks off of a bye since Shanahan's been the coach. So you give him an extra week to prepare, it doesn't really seem to mean anything.
No, it doesn't.
And the 49ers
it actually might hurt him a little.
And the 49ers as a franchise are 1-7 as a franchise. Off the last 8
coming
times,
off a bye?
The last 8 times they're coming off a bye.
Unbelievable.
1-7. I mean, that's horrible.
I mean, what are they doing?
And be careful, because listen, this is the Shanahan's first postseason game as a head coach. It's also Garoppolo's first postseason game as a quarterback. So you got a quarterback and a coach in their first preseason game. So you got to be a little careful there as well. Maybe to play
postseason.
Maybe. Yeah, in the postseason.
You said preseason. It's all good.
I'm sorry, postseason. Maybe I can't trust either side in that game, because keep in mind, we did say the team that had the better turnover ratio in the divisional round is 17-3 against the spread.
Yeah, that's a high 80%.
Okay, well, Minnesota has a better turnover ratio than the Niners do.
So in a game like this,
keep that in mind as well. In a game like this, you might be looking at the total.
You might be looking at the fucking total. You might have to bend her over.
Yeah, if you're going to have to bet that game, you might have to take the over.
Over. Anyway, yeah.
Over.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on, I don't think we need to talk about that game anymore. You want
Well,
to talk?
we just did.
We did everything you possibly could.
Yeah.
You want to?
However, don't rule that game out, because we actually might bet the side in that game as the playoff game of the year. Like I said, don't try to guess.
Let's. You want to preview Titans and Ravens, or you want to just move on right to Texans and Chiefs?
Let's just go right into Titans-Ravens and knock it right the fuck out.
Okay, no problem.
The second game on Saturday, Tennessee in Baltimore. As we said, 60% chance of rain in that game.
Titans are 6-3 against the spread on the road.
Correct.
5-4 to the over on the road.
Correct.
9-2 to the over.
With Tannehill
as quarterback.
Right.
So
since Tannehill has taken over the reins behind the center, 9 out of 11 games that Tannehill has started in Tennessee have been over.
But yet, last 4 games all went under. So, like I said, you got to be careful on that as well. But anyway, Ravens 4-4 against the spread at home, 4-4 to the over. They're a 50% team as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, Ravens have 4 overs at home and 4 unders at home this year.
Yeah, Coach Harbaugh 1-2 against the spread in Balti at home.
Yeah, so the Ravens are 4-4 against the spread at home. Harbaugh is 1-2 against the spread at home in the postseason.
Well, another fact is Ravens score an average of 7 points less at home than they do on the road.
Yeah,
is that fucking crazy?
I bet you didn't know that.
They average 7 points less at home than they do on the road.
That's correct.
How the fuck you score less at home than you do on the road?
A lot of teams do. They're actually still averaging 30 points a game at home.
Correct. Well, 37.
But on the road, they're averaging 37.
Yeah.
So I mean, they do score. We all know that. Ravens defense at home has been superior. only giving up an average of 19 points a game at home, guys. Line on the game, Baltimore's minus 9.5, total 47.
But once again, like, look, Patriots had #1 defense, didn't mean a fucking thing.
No.
Didn't mean a motherfucking thing.
It all comes down to what's happening this weekend, guys.
Yeah, all about coaching, all about preparation.
And for a $100 bill,
I'm not talking about H.
And for a $100 bill, you'll know where the most feared sports bettor in the nation, the #1 consultant in the world, you're going to know where he's making his biggest playoff bet this season for a $100 bill. Plus 3 days of college basketball and Monday's championship game in college. Are you kidding me? That's a fucking gold mine for $100.
Let's move on to Texans and Chiefs. Watson's first road start in the postseason, by the way.
Deshaun Watson, his first road start in the playoffs in the NFL.
Correct. What do you think?
I think they've scored 0 points in the first half in their first 2 postseason games. Watson. I mean,
You
Deshaun.
looking at a first half under here?
I'm not going to give it away too much.
Okay.
I'm just telling you facts. Deshaun Watson hasn't scored. His offense hasn't scored a fucking point at home in his first 2 postseason games in the NFL. They haven't scored 1 point at home.
Let me give you
in the first half.
Here's some stats on Kansas City. Kansas City gave up 134 yards rushing per game at home this year. Houston ran for 132 yards per game on the road this year. But since week 11, the Chiefs only allowed 11.5 points per game and only 95 rushing yards per game.
Something's going to have to give.
Here's a trend. Kansas City 6-0 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. Kansas City's 4-1 against the spread in its last 5 home games. Here's a total trend. Kansas City's 5-1 to the under in their last 6 games, 9-4 to the under in its last 13 games against AFC South opponents.
Andy Reid, 18-3 in his career coming off a bye week.
Houston 4-1 to the under as well.
We just talked about a coach that really, so far, Shanahan for the 49ers. The 3 games that he's been the head coach after a bye week, he's only won 1 out of 3. Now, Andy Reid, on the flip side, has a long career, as we all know, in the NFL. As a head coach in the NFL, Andy Reid is 18-3, straight up, just to win the game. 18-3 in his career when you give him an extra week to prepare, guys. That being said, he's only 12-14 in the postseason in his career. He's less than a 500 coach in his career, and he's 1-3 in the postseason with Kansas City.
I want to hold off on previewing Green Bay, Seattle, which I think you know why. I don't think we need to give them any trends, any stats, or anything. If I'm going to put $100,000 on a game, we might just have to keep that to ourselves.
It might be that game. It might not.
Correct, but I don't want to preview it. We'll just do it like that.
Okay.
I'll give you some total trends. Green Bay 7-1 to the under in its last 8 games. Green Bay's 9-3 to the under in its last 12 games against NFC West opponents. But the over is 4-2 in the last 6 times these teams have faced off.
Wow.
All right. So that's all I'm going to do for NFL. You want to grab your pen? I'll give you some quick college basketball totals at home. These are the teams that you want to bet at home to the over. Vanderbilt, 9-2 to the over at home.
Wow.
St. Louis, 9.
That's surprising because they play on that sunken court, right?
Yeah. Hey, well, you're sitting level with it. Yeah, it's weird as fuck.
Yeah, it's a raised court or sunken
St.
court.
Louis, 9-3 to the over at home. Virginia Military, 7-1 to the over at home.
VMI, 7-1 to the over when they play at home.
These are teams that you bet on the road to the over. Central Arkansas, 10-1 to the over on the road. Howard, 8-1 to the over on the road. UT Martin, 8-2 to the over on the road.
Tennessee Martin, 8-2 to the over when they're on the road.
LIU Brooklyn, 7-1 to the over on the road. Now, I'm going to give you some more, guys. I'm giving you a lot, man. I hope you guys are catching up because this is serious shit. College basketball is where all the money is. There's so much to pick and choose from.
Yeah.
You can pick your spots and basically just write your own fucking check, guys.
Absolutely.
It's like stealing fucking candy from a fucking baby.
Fucking gold mine. Hockey totals, especially in the first period.
And college basketball.
Fucking gold mine. College basketball the next 90 days, straight through the tournaments in March.
Oh, God.
Absolute gold mine.
5 of them in our backyard. Now, I'm talking about
Gold
5
mine.
games, 5 tournaments.
Guys, it's time to get excited and make 2020 the biggest sports betting year you've ever had in your life. And get started this weekend for that $100 bill.
Here's some teams that you bet under at home. You want to bet these teams under at home. Missouri, 9-1 to the under at home.
Wow.
Texas A&M, 9-1 to the over at home. Detroit Mercy.
Under.
Yeah. Under at home. Yeah.
Texas A&M has played 10 games,
and 9
at home,
under at
and
home.
9 out of 10
under
games if they played on their own court this year, 9 unders.
Detroit Mercy 7-0 to the under at home.
It's unbelievable.
Under on the road. These are teams that you bet on the road under.
Guys, these are fucking solid trends.
And not to mention, these people ain't. Have you ever? I mean, you think these people are betting Northern Kentucky?
Probably not.
Northern Kentucky 7-1 on the road to the under.
When they go on the road, they just don't score.
Davidson 7-1, Steph Curry's old team, 7-1 to the under on the road. Temple 6-0 on the road to the under. West Virginia 6-0 on the road to the under.
Guys, these are serious trends. When a team just doesn't score at home and they play lockdown defense like Missouri, like Texas A&M, they're 9-1 to the under when they play at home, guys. Detroit Mercy 7-0 to the under on their own court. I mean, this ain't like flipping coins, man. This ain't like throwing darts. This is serious shit. This is shit you need to know if you're going to bet sports. If you're going to put your money on the line, you got to know this.
Especially,
and if you don't know this, then you got to pay a guy like me and him. We know this. We have a staff that just feeds us information.
Team of experts.
We put all this information into a blender. We got a team of experts, not just here in Vegas, but around the country that feeds us information.
Players, coaches, scouts.
The network that we have set up is matched by nobody in this industry. Believe me when I tell you. Come on, guys. Invest $100. Make some damn money this weekend. 3 days of college basketball on the house and the NFL playoff postseason game of the year. Biggest wager in the NFL postseason. I don't know what else to fucking say.
You spent $100, guys, in a couple NBA teams. Like I said, NBA is hard as fuck to cover against the spread, but the number one team covering, Oklahoma City Thunder's 26-12 against the spread. That's a 70+% stat in the NBA. Wow. That's fucking amazing. Memphis Grizzlies are 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games.
Grizzlies been hot. They've been covering 6 out of 7. Overall, the best team covering in the NBA for the season so far,
Oklahoma City
Thunder. Where there is thunder, there will be lightning. Where there is lightning, there will be cash. And when you give us a call for $100, you're going to make a lot of money. I got to go. I can't talk no more. My throat hurts. I'm coughing. I got a fucking headache. I got to take a piss. Give them some inspirational message, Steve, like you always do.
Well, you just did. You said you had to fart, shit, piss, cough, throw up, and fucking pass out. I mean, that doesn't inspire them. I don't know what will.
I can't take it anymore. This has been a great podcast. We've entertained you. We've given you knowledge. There's nothing else we can do for you guys. Unless you give us a call and invest a lousy fucking $100, I don't know what else you want me to do for you. I really don't.
I want to, like I said, one thing that we are going to do for you is we're going to bring you back into me and Skip's lives, show you how to make money betting sports, show you what it means for sports betting to be legal, show you amateur sports bettors the formula for success in sports betting, which is money management and discipline. Betting one game a day, not every day, and betting the same amount of money on every fucking game. I can't stress that enough. I can't tell you how many people we talk to, we ask them how much they bet per game, and they say, well, it depends, anywhere from $500 to $2,000. Well, that's the first lesson that you need to learn. You're betting wrong. The formula for success, once again, money management, discipline, one game a day, and betting the same amount of money on every game. Shout out to the Vegas Raiders. Shout out to the Golden Knights. Keep that first place in the division. Let's go get this money. Shout out to everybody in the military supporting our country right now. We are on high alert, and we're going to keep your bookie on high alert to make sure that motherfucker pays us on a daily basis. On the behalf of VIP Sports, myself, the Big Skipper, we love you. Let's go get this money. And remember, don't let the players be the only ones that get paid this playoff time. Fair enough?
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. We play with big cash and we blowing money fast. Riding in a plush Benz trunk full of money bags. I need a G for every light bulb on the Vegas Strip. Naked bitches in my mansion dancing to some player shit. Made a grip on the grind, but I started out with nothing. Dealt me a bad hand, but I still won bluffing. I'm Steve Stevens. I make G's when I'm sleeping. Some cowards shot me up as they ain't want to see me breathing. Nice try, but my bosses never die. Fresh out the hospital, stitched up, getting high. Any game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. I ain't perfect, I'm a sinner. All about making wages. We love to gamble out here. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks. Money talks. Money talks. If you bout to talk paper, money talks. Money talks. Money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks. Money talks. Money talks. If you bout to talk paper, money talks. Money talks. Money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas. Me and Steve talk money, cause that's what real homies do. My daughter be counting money already, she only 2.